Hey there, I'm John Douglas Rainey, and I'm here with my good friend Jonathan Hamilton. He's the Director of Operations here at the office of FBS. John, good to see you again.
You as well.
So, we're standing in front of one of these beautiful pivot doors. What can you say about it, man?
This is our crown jewel. This is the pivot door. This is the showstopper. This is what FBS is all about. When I talk about the history of doors and the history in construction as a whole, there's nothing I'm more proud of than these doors. Because as far as doors go, this is one of the most ancient forms of technology that have ever existed. A lot of times people see a pivot door and they automatically think to themselves, well, this has to be something that has just been done. I just pressed the button on this phone to open this door. And as you can see, it's on 2 pivots.
Wow.
This is something that you used to only see exclusively in Roman times, and also ancient societies would have big stone pivots, pivot doors that had rods inside of them. There's nothing new about this technology, although everything I just did really looks like it. And what we have is a steel frame core. We have a showroom frame. So this is not exactly as you would see it if you had it installed in your home. But for the most part, what I'd really like to highlight and show here is trying to use our imagination a bit so we can see what is in here that would be here if you did purchase one of our doors. This represents what would ultimately be your concrete wall or inside wall. And what you have here is pretty much a frame. So this would be the sidewall of your concrete wall. This inside steel that you see visible here is the frame of the door that you'd be receiving when you purchase one of our beautiful FBS doors. This is the door leaf, as we like to call it, which is separate and independent from all of it, because ultimately this entire door, which in this particular case weighs almost 2,000 pounds, is resting on one pivot. The top pivot, pretty much all it does is act as a balancing act to keep it perfectly aligned. The illustration that I like to utilize is if you were standing on 1 foot and you extended all your arms. If you don't rock side to side, you're doing a good job of being level. If you don't rock forward and backward, you're doing a good job of being plumb. Now just give yourself a little bit of an angle forward and you'll start to feel extreme stress in your ankle. That's because you're not balanced, that's because you're not plumb, it's because you're not level. That's exactly what this door is doing. It's living in perfect harmony. It's staying level, staying balanced, it's staying plumb. This is our pivot door. It's a beautiful door.
It's absolutely beautiful. Now, you opened it with your phone. Can you talk about that?
Yes, of course. That's why I'm holding the phone right here. So what we have here is the IntelliLock version of what we have is a motorized lock that's running through the entire portion of the door. If I press this button here, it authenticates my phone, lets me know it's me. And that's the sound of me getting in.
Now, just think about how convenient that is. You're in the living room. You know that your friend just came over. You don't want to get up. You just use your phone.
That's it. And then once you do that, again, this door is perfectly balanced. A small child could push it open despite its massive weight. So I go right up here. Normally what you see in conventional cases when you go to a commercial building, you'll see a big closer that sticks out on the outside. And the purpose of that is to dampen the force of the door as it closes, to help it slide and move around, and ultimately to keep it nice and snug at a 90 degree if you wanted to keep it open. So right now, I have it engaged at the top, so it's at a 90 degree. So I can have clear access walking in or walking out.
Yeah.
And then once I'm out, I'm leaving, light tap, that hidden arm, this is our stealth closer, pulls the whole door inside, nice and shut, nice and beautiful. And then the other key feature that we have with this particular door is our stealth key. So if I'm a thief and I walk up to this door, the first thing I want to find is the cylinder, because the cylinder is my break-in and my entry point. Why? Because that's where it's making contact to the door.
Exactly.
Once I break that point, I'm in the house.
Except if you're a burglar in this door, you're not going to be able to find the cylinder.
Because if you're looking even from the distance, to us it's a little bit more obvious, but from the distance of this shot, it's possible you can't even see where this hole is once I take the key out.
Yeah.
It's a Scandinavian steel, an amazing steel. Hold this key. Look how nice and small that profile is.
Very sleek.
That's it, and that's the idea. You want it to be a sleek profile, because the idea of having a sleek profile is so that when you're not using the key, very minimal.
Yeah.
If I had a standard cylinder, be wide. Our Defender series cylinders, which are rated to be the top of the line in defense. You do sacrifice a little bit of that security because this would not have that Defender series cylinder, but it gives you an added advantage in you can't find it. So if I come up to this and I put a plug on this that's matching this porcelain finish that we see, I come and I'm a would-be intruder. Where is it?
Yeah.
Is it over here?
Yeah.
Which way does the door, they don't even know which way the door orients to open. So you'd be in a perfect position to be able to be inside and laugh.
And I'll tell you this, burglars do not want to take the time to try to figure things out. They want to get in and out. They want to break in as fast as they can. They don't even want to deal with the challenges of an FBS door.
Nope. And then inside we also have inlaid an RFID reader that you can establish during design where you'd like that located. It can be anywhere embedded in the door. So you'd come with a key card, you get to your door, you put it right in front of it, wherever that location can be. I could decide here or here. and I'm inside.
Boom.
Every time. Nice smooth action finish. Hidden key, and then right here we have our stuff closer. Unique aspect to the entire door. Beautiful design. Really cool feature, but you can see it if I put it at an angle. If you step aside from me right there, I'll turn the key and you can see the different various deadbolts that appear in the door. See those deadbolts sticking out there?
Absolutely.
So these are different points of contact that you're gonna get that are located around the entire door. You have one here, you have one here. It's hard to see it from this angle, but there's also one corresponding here and one here. And that's separate from the 4 deadbolts that are lined up right here as well.
So that's 8 bolts keeping this door secure. You're
it.
not going to break into a door with 8 bolts into it.
Not at all.
Yeah. And you, like you said, you're not even going to know where to start.
Nope. And the different claddings that are optional that you can purchase for our doors make this something that is extremely customizable. Ultimately, we have 2 different finishes on the exterior and the interior. In our business, we call it the good guy and bad guy side. This is the bad guy side. This is the side where people don't get in. Inside, good guy side. So right now, somebody walks up to this and sees an aesthetically pleasing porcelain finished door. What they don't know is the steel behind it because it's an FBS door.